don't have any wishes, but when I kiss you, our lips fit well, and I don't have expectations, but when I daydream
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. It's yet another week of some exhilarating FIFA action here on the official EGF channel. My name is Upmind, joined here by George, and we have a big match to start things off tonight. It is Manhattan College facing off against St. John's University.
Indeed, big match coming up. Obviously, Manhattan last week winning on golden goal, and St. John's University picking up the win last week as well. So it should be a fairly decent game. We're going to get right into it. No time to waste. And hopefully it should be a very good game. Indeed. And then in the second game coming up... there you go. Second game coming up tonight, we've got William and Mary versus Niagara, which should be just as good of a banger. But here we go, starting it off. It will be St. John's University playing as Man City, I think. And it's going to be Kun Aguero. De Bruyne with a shot just goes wide. And
just wide.
That was a decent first chance of the game. De Bruyne probably should have done better. Put a little bit too much on the outside of the boot though, so keeper wasn't troubled too much. But what do you think about going into this game? You got any thoughts?
I think again this is what would be a pretty good matchup for St. John's going forward. These are two of our top teams. You know, I'm expecting a really good battle, and honestly, we already have a really good play on the front lines. Ousmane Dembele just trying to whip it in off the side, and honestly, that has been a pretty good bit of cheese that a lot of players have been going for as of recent, just going for more near-post shots. But, St. John's perfect thus far this season in a 5-0 fashion, while Manhattan College, I mean, them too, they've been pretty good this season. They're 4-1.
Yeah, they're both playing really well, but might be a chance here coming forward. Ousmane Dembele once again. He's one of the top players on this France team. A lot of teams tend to pick him up, put him in the starting 11. But yeah, both of these teams really good, looking solid. So expect to see some good stuff today. Ben Yedder with a shot, the rebound. Ederson with a great save. He'll put it in the back of the net, and that'll be 1-0 to St. John's. And well, it was, it's a difficult one because the goalkeeper did well, got the first save, but couldn't get enough on it. And Ben Yedder there, poacher, got the finish. 1-0.
Yep, not easy peasy stuff. Nothing too insane to talk about in terms of that goal. I mean, just especially when you're consistently attacking that net. Again, it's just one of those things in FIFA that most likely you're gonna have someone in front of a net always regrettably being able to tap it back in. Course, as we've all experienced playing this game. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of a counterattack happening now for Manchester City. It's Manhattan. N'Golo Kante trying to fight it away, and indeed he does. Ben Yedder has open space to Antoine Griezmann, but just can't get it through. Now ball's still in the control of Manhattan. De Bruyne has it. Oh, a little bit of a finesse shot, but it's slid tackled away, and it bangs off the post. 20 minutes in, and we already have opportunities for both teams, but the lead still stays with St. John's.
Yeah, really good defending from St. John there. Lenglet getting the block in on the finesse from De Bruyne, which definitely could have gone in. It was a dangerous position, and obviously Kevin De Bruyne, one of the best in the game. On the finesse shots, his finishing's really good even for a central midfielder. I can't think of a player that I'd like more to finish that one. Obviously, someone like Lewandowski or someone like that, but unfortunately this time couldn't finish it. But yeah, still 1-0 to St. John's. They look like they might want to come on a break here. Ousmane Dembele got the ball. Griezmann has to run through the middle. Dembele bursting forward, but Rodri will come out to collect the ball. It's a good tackle, and now straight down the other end, potentially come Manhattan. It's Sterling on the ball now. Can he find Aguero? Not this time. Lenglet with an interception again. Lenglet's an absolute monster at the back. Lovely little dink. Rodri there again. And they will recycle the ball and look to build out from the back. So far, it's been very end-to-end stuff. Obviously, we've already got the breakthrough, but I've got a feeling there's going to be a goal coming soon here for Manhattan.
Yeah, certainly so, as Mahrez actually stops the pass to Varane, but Varane still fights it on away. Benjamin Mendy passes it right to Antoine Griezmann, so here we go, counterattack coming in. A very speedy Ousmane Dembele dinks on another lucky goal. Oh my god, the rollover too! Man, he is playing with the ankles of this defense. I never thought Ousmane Dembele would be the one to pull that off, but again, very speedy, high sprint speed, and if you give him that opportunity to accelerate, he's going to explode, and wow, what an opportunity for St. John's.
I don't know how they didn't score. He took his lunch money. He sold him. He well and truly pulled his pants down. It was beautiful stuff from Ousmane Dembele. But they passed the ball across the box, but no one was there. The goal was open. They could have taken the shot. But here we go. There might be another chance. Griezmann really close to Kyle Walker, looking to maybe nick the ball away from him, but Fernandinho's under pressure as well. Oh, they will win the ball back. Griezmann's got it. Rodri can't get it back from him this time. Dembele, can he find the... I was going to say, can he find the little cut back inside to try and get the ball to Griezmann, but not this time. Look at this France team. We say it every week. It's just such a beautiful team to have. You know, you've got Mbappe, you've got Griezmann, so many amazing players. A little bit of unnecessary skill there, going to lose the ball. And now maybe a counter-attack for Manhattan. Can they come forward? Can they find something? But no, Hernandez going to take the ball away. Obviously got a ridiculous amount of pace also. But I tell you who also has a lot of pace, Raheem Sterling running at the defence. Good pass for Kun Aguero. Can he find the shot? Cuts back in, looks to go back inside again, but Lenglet's there in an absolute instant. Mbappe on the ball looking to counter-attack once again with Antoine Griezmann. Can he find a pass out wide? He's found Ousmane Dembele, maybe back into the box now with a cross, but cleared away only as far as Pogba, but going to go for the long shot. Oh, what a save from Edison. Going for the long shot effort, and it will go out for a corner, but wow, what a solo effort from Pogba.
Oh, and again, you mentioned the poacher, Ben Yedder. Not able to dink it in, but wow, okay. Consistent attacks coming in from the St. John side. And again, this team is OP. It really is, and they have so many weapons. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. You have so many options in terms of actually getting that ball on net, and it's not to say that Manchester City doesn't exactly have, you know, that same amount of options, but it's not exactly that same quality of sorts. There's a reason why it's a national team, you know, George. But as we do get back into our game, as we get back into our action, we're heading into stoppage time, 2 minutes of it. One last opportunity potentially for St. John's. Ousmane Dembele trying to get across in. Fernandinho fights for it and barely crosses over that line. So in comes one last counterattack. Benjamin Mendy back down to Bernardo. Rodri. But time runs out and they're not able to get the ball upfield before the referee whistles for halftime. 1-0 for St. John's, but it's the story of the attacks. It's the story of that consistent onslaught on the defensive side that really made it happen. St. John's, 9 shots. 9 in that first half.
Yeah, Manhattan just aren't able to deal with St. John coming forward. They're attacking with purpose out wide. You know, Dembele's been an absolute threat going forward. The skills really haven't been able to deal with it so far, and I feel like it's going to be more of the same in the second half unless Manhattan have something to change, because honestly, you know, we watch Dembele coming down this wing and it's just, well, he's just tearing them apart. But for Manhattan, you know, obviously, looking at Man City team, it's not the Man City team that won the Premier League a few years ago with 100+ points. And here we go, Ben Yedder going to look to run into the box against this Man City defence again. They are tearing him apart. He does find Kylian Mbappe, can't quite get the shot away. It's going to go out for a goal kick, but yeah, the Man City side, there's you know, a lot of these players' careers are winding down. They're not a club that started building towards the future, and you can see that. You can see that. You've got like Aguero. You've got a lot of old players in this side.
Fernandinho still. Exactly.
Fernandinho is still one of their big players. Obviously, you've got the likes of De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Kun Aguero, Rafael Varane with a fantastic tackle. But like I said, there are a lot of older players in this side. So it is one of those teams where you've got to be looking towards the future now, and they've got to look towards signing some younger stars. But here comes Ousmane Dembele, one of the brightest young stars, and John Stones, the English centre-back, does manage to get it clear, and it will go out for a corner kick.
Corner now, Antoine Griezmann. A little bit of a bloop in, and Varane kind of lay it on in for none other than Ederson. So now we develop once again. Riyad Mahrez has actually been in the top tier of English football for a good while, actually. A lot longer than a lot of people really know or anticipate. So it might be yet another player that might be degrading in terms of stats in the future. But Rodri back to Aguero, and it doesn't matter if you're a boomer, ladies and gentlemen. All it matters if you can get that ball on net. And Manhattan, they've tied up the game against St. John's. The 5-0 St. John's, they might be facing up against what might be their most formidable opponent yet, and the second half is starting to prove that.
Yeah, starting to heat up in this game, and they definitely didn't. We didn't expect them to get that goal in the second half. They've been playing on the back foot for most of this game, but they managed to get the shot away with Kun Aguero.
Oh,
there might be another chance here. Aguero gives it to Silva. Looks for the pass back to Aguero. It's 2-1. Back from the depths of hell, they've come back to get the lead. Fantastic goal from Aguero. He gets himself a brace. He gets himself a second goal, and Manhattan are looking to upset the unbeaten St. John University. Incredible stuff here.
That is unbelievable. That last goal. I mean, even to have the intuition to get that last pass, I mean, you have to be so, I guess you could say, so unselfish, so selfless in a sense. That is nuts. So there you go, Aguero with a brace thus far in this game. And again, we're talking about stats degrading and whatnot, but I mean, at least in this game, right? You can take advantage of it, right? You can still take advantage of what.
Don't get me wrong. He's still an insane striker.
He's still a great player.
He's like 91 rated in this FIFA, 90 rated. But here we go. There might be another chance. Kingsley Coman looking to bring it in. Can he find the shot? Passes it back to Ben Yedder, and they're being zoned out of the box again, jockeyed out of the box. They found Mbappe though. John Stones does a great job, and he actually gets it into a really good position. They might be able to counter attack once again here. Mahrez on the ball. Can he get the better of Kimpembe though? Also has a lot of pace. Nice bit of skill. Finds Bernardo. Needs to look for Aguero in the box. He's the man that you want to be finishing, and a good tackle from Langley once again. But yeah, Aguero, he is a little bit older, but it does not matter. He has a fantastic finishing ability. Here we go, Dembele coming forward once again. Can he find that Mbappe? He finds Coman! And that is an absolutely shocking strike. It's absolutely beautiful. He has shocked the back of that net. He has rattled it, and it will be 2-2, an equaliser. This second half, man, is electric. Absolutely awesome stuff.
I mean, you mentioned youngsters and what would have been considered a youngster a while ago, Kingsley Coman. But the man is 24 now. He's more than matured, and he's found his spots on the international scene, not only with the French national team, but of course with Bayern Munich. But now we see him step up to the plate off of a substitute for Antoine Griezmann. And what a play. We're tied up once again. One of the more entertaining games we've seen this season, George.
I think we were expecting a tight game here. Obviously, both of these sides very, very good. Here comes Kyle Walker, another one of those players that is starting to degrade in terms of his age. But here we go, Mbappe coming forward, one that is definitely not degrading. This is one of the best strikers in the world. Can he find the cross? Ooh, very close there. Edison, what are you doing?
Whoa,
you need to be careful, Edison. You need to be careful. Can't be dropping the ball in the box there, but. Wow, fantastic game, fantastic stuff. Kimpembe with another interception. Need to be careful here. A lot of the Man City players are forward. It's just a back four for Man City in the defence. They need to be careful. Coman with the ball, looking to try and get past Walker, and yeah, just a little bit wayward, trying to do some skills, trying to get around him. Nothing that time, but there's an overlap out wide. I wonder if they can find him. Not this time.
No, not at the moment, but he's still making a little bit of a run. Kun Aguero, best thing that he can do is control a little bit to actually have that attack really develop around him, but simply not going to happen. And one thing that I do have to mention, just as a small point of criticism, we're seeing Manhattan actually struggle to get that ball out of their defensive end. It has been a little bit rough for them thus far. I mean, we already seen Ederson already pass it almost directly to an attacker, and not only that, but a little bit of a flub from Kyle Walker. Again, I'm just saying this now just to cover up if it happens in the future. Who knows? It might be one of those caster curses type things. But score is still tied 2-2. Just about 10 minutes left in in-game time. Leroy Sané recently acquired for Bayern Munich. Again, yet another youngster, German national. Now at this point, we have the fringe team making their way up. Ben Yedder just playing around with it, waiting up for those attackers to actually make their way forward. Good idea, but simply not going to be able to thread the needle. Now a little bit of a counterattack. Gundogan back to Bernardo, back to him once again. Plays around, yet another opportunity to develop that attack. Raheem Sterling, Bernardo Silva waits, has his opportunity, passes it back to Gundogan once again, but it's stopped, and we're getting into the cardiac time of the game.
Yeah, these players probably going to be getting a bit tired, but Dembele, you're looking at that red bar, and it's going to be difficult for him to run forward. He needs to look for the pass, does manage to find Kingsley Coman. He's going to have to wriggle and turn. in order to find the pass. He's going to have to go back to Kante in the end. And they're going to have to pass it around, try and break down this defence here. Oh, awkward pass from Ben Yedder. Looks for the through ball, but I think it had a bit too much power. Sterling going toe-to-toe with Coman. Does manage to find Gundogan. It's a good pass. Does manage to beat his man, Aguero now. He's got the overlap out wide once again, which they've had quite a few times here. Here we go, Ben Yedder though, running through, looking to burst through that gap of space. There is a man in the middle. Stones does well to come back and cover. Ben Yedder, can he find the shot? He's giving him a lot of space here. He does need to be careful. Benjamin Mendy will come make the tackle though, and it will go out for a corner kick from Paul Pogba.
You got to watch out for those. Again, like I mentioned before, a lot of players, they do tend to go for those close single shots at around the post. And I was very surprised that he just didn't let it fly. I mean, at worst, you're going to get a corner kick as he did a little bit later there. Stoppage time, ladies and gentlemen. 1 more minute in, and it's probably in the feet of probably your best option on that front end. But both opportunities have been flubbed. Now, Raheem Sterling on that front line can maybe find one more run, but the referee wants to call it. Golden goal, extra time to separate these two top 3 teams here for this EGF FIFA season. It's been entertaining thus far, George, but it's about to get even spicier.
Well, we seem to be getting a lot of these golden goals in this tournament, and that is something that I absolutely love. I love a good golden goal, brings a lot of excitement. First goal wins, every kick matters. And yeah, I'm very excited for this one. Obviously, we got one last week, and I will just tell you right now that I'm pretty sure it was Manhattan. I'm just gonna double check before I yeah, it was Manhattan that won our golden goal last week. So, well, they won their golden goal last week. Can they win their golden goal this week? That is the question. Golden goal, every kick matters. Can we see it? But 2-2, what a fantastic game. Both of these players, both of these teams and players playing very, very well. Good attacking football from St. John. Manhattan struggling a little bit, I feel like, to come forward. Definitely on the back foot for most of the game. But yeah, we'll see, because they really came into action in the second half, right? Manhattan, they came into action a lot in the second half. They were looking good in the early stages, but St. John's were really, really, really strong in the early moments of the game where the players had full stamina. And going into golden goal, full stamina on the players. First goal wins. I feel like I've got to put my money on St. John's University to win this one.
Rightio. So there you go. There's the prediction from the good old George above. And now we have our game underway. Of course, golden goal, ladies and gentlemen. 1 goal decides this entire game. And again, this is regular season play. So really, these two teams are just trying to separate themselves from the rest of the pack. Really just try to secure themselves that top 3 finish for this winter split, because it is ending very soon, George. We have 2 more weeks with each other until we see each other in good old 2021.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. It makes me sad. I'm gonna miss you, but it's 2 more weeks of fantastic FIFA action that we do get. Run into the box made by Mbappe. He does really well to win the ball from Walker. Very strong player, and he's gonna win himself a corner. Wow, really nice stuff from Kylian Mbappe. You just don't win those. You just don't usually win those against such a strong player. Is that gonna be offside? Not this time. Played into the middle. Ousmane Dembele, Raphael Varane, Paul Pogba. He is a man that can pick a pass, but not going to be him on it. Langley now gives it to Dembele, gives it to Griezmann. Looks for Dembele once again, but the moment had passed a little bit. All the runs being made were a bit flat and, very tight defence, so it was going to be hard to make the pass here. Aguero, good tackle. I'm not too sure. Langley, I think that was. Raphael Varane with a fantastic tackle as well. This France defence is absolutely unforgiving. Absolutely unforgiving. Oh yeah. An interception from Mendy. That would have been through on goal. That would have been fantastic. But here we go. Kevin De Bruyne gives it to Kun Aguero. Whipped into the area. Varane, that defender talked about. That's got to be a penalty, surely. It's not a penalty, but Bernardo Silva's got the ball. Rodri cuts inside. Kun Aguero. Can he find his moment? Can he find the opportunity? No, he's missed it. Such a dangerous position. He should have scored. I think it was on his strong foot as well, on his right foot. I don't know how he's missed that.
That's an Aguero moment. I mean, those are the type of moments that we don't usually see Kun Aguero himself miss out. But again, unfortunately, we see it in this game. Moves on. Again, Manhattan, This is a team that actually hasn't played too many games this season. If I'm not mistaken, they've suffered 2 forfeits. I think one of them went against them, one of them went for them. So they've really only played, I think, 3 or 4 games this season, really scrapping out, but again, slowly improving as the weeks go by. And as a team that has only been improving, St. John's, I mean, they haven't, all the games that they've won by at least more of a margin of 2. This is their first real challenge, George. But now look at this at the very end. This is scary. Get the ball out of the ends. Kimpembe still playing it around. You do have Riyad Mahrez looking to kind of strike down. But again, it's a full 90-minute game technically with just a golden goal stipulation. They can really take all the time in the world. There's no 50-minute extra time to be really pressured out by. Ousmane Dembele playing around, waiting for players to try to make their way into the box. N'Golo Kante, Paul Pogba back out to the wing for Kylian Mbappe. Now he can play around with it. Couple of options in the box. Oh, Griezmann. A little bit of a heel pass, very cheeky, but ball still in the control of St. John's.
Yeah, cheeky back heel from Griezmann. Obviously looking for the run into the box by Mbappe, but yeah, he wasn't there that time, unfortunately, for the Manhattan players. But might be another chance here, or sorry, for the St. John players. Might be another chance. No, it's going to be cleared away. De Bruyne now running forward, looking for the opportunity. Bernardo Silva, can he find the pass to Sterling? Kante, probably the best CDM in FIFA, I would say. Definitely in FIFA 20. He's an absolute nightmare to play against. Absolute nightmare indeed. He's just the balance, the defending, the passing. He's just so difficult to play against. But
right.
Pogba are also very, very good CDM on FIFA, box-to-box player. There could be a chance here. All the strikers are forward. Ben Yedder's on the ball. Can he find Griezmann? He does manage to do so. It is a bit of a difficult pass for him to run onto. Griezmann gives it to Mbappe. Surely it's a goal. Griezmann with the shot. Ederson with a save. Absolutely incredible save from Ederson. Saves his team well and truly. But can there be one more chance here? Kylian Mbappe finds Griezmann. The shot, though, blocked by John Stones. Jonathan Stones has been on a tear in the defence so far this game for Manhattan. And they're defending so well, though, St. John. Even in the midfield, they're just winning the ball every single goddamn time. It's absolutely incredible. Here comes Dembele. There's a man on the edge of the box. It's Griezmann on the edge of the box. Can't really find him. Will wriggle and turn and twist and turn once again. But Mendy will come and collect the ball. And now they get their chance to run it down.
Oh, and again, it's shut down before they even make it to that halfway mark. So in comes yet another opportunity for St. John's. Antoine Griezmann to the wing to Kylian Mbappe, still playing around with it. Like you mentioned, wrangling around. But Griezmann again takes it back. How is this happening so consistently? Oh, I mean, you gotta feel for Manhattan. They haven't been able to get themselves a singular opportunity, but in comes another one for St. John's. Back to Pogba, into Ousmane Dembele, threading the needle. Griezmann trying to get it through to Ousmane Dembele, but this is going to be yet another ball conceded to St. John's as it's booted all the way upfield. Almost every single player for Man City all the way in that back line. It's a sea of blue, and there's a couple of pinches of white, couple of pinches of salt, really just to try to shut it down. And yet another change of possession. Pass into the box. Ben Yedder, the same way that the game started is how the game will end. St. John's are your winners, at least for this fixture. What a hard-fought battle.
Well, there you go. St. John's won 3-1 last week, and they win 3-2 on this week, winning on the golden goal stipulation. Fantastic stuff. They are going to be very, very happy with that win. Rightly so. Fantastic game for them. They dominated the performance. They dominated the midfield area. They shut down Manhattan at every opportunity. It was absolutely fantastic. That could be down to the fact that Manhattan I don't know, really. They weren't it wasn't poor decision making because it was the only option they had. Maybe just go back, recycle the ball, then look to go forward again instead of rushing the pass. But either way, St. John's pick up the win 3-2. Congratulations to St. John's. And we've got our next game coming up. William and Mary versus Niagara. This should be a great game.
No, that game should be actually pretty good considering the fact that both of these two teams are really looking for an upstart for this season. So they're going to be kind of finding tooth and nail for that W, George. So should be a fun one. Ladies and gentlemen, other than what George said, I mean, all I really have to say is that both of these teams are very much competent. Manhattan should just kind of look at this game and move forward with the confidence that they were able to kind of put St. John's up against the ropes. And that's really what collegiate is all about. If you can take down, if you're at least close to taking down that #1 seed, you have a whole lot of season to go through. These two teams will face off once again in the next split, and I can assure you that we might see these two teams in playoffs. Trust me on that. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be moving on into a little bit of a break. We only have 2 games for you guys today. Like you mentioned, it's going to be William and Mary facing off against Niagara University. For the 2 games on the end of our card, St. Peter's versus Xavier, Marquette University and Fairfield. All those 2 games, those are going to be played throughout the week as we had some complications with a couple of them. So, of course, they're rescheduled. But for now, we're going to enjoy this very last game. Coming up in just a little bit. You guys don't want to miss it.
so far gone. Feel my arms holding on so tight just when you need it most. Feel the freedom of being careless, just being in love. Everything will be alright. Through the darkness,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on in. How you guys doing? My name is Upmine, joined here by George. And, of course, we have one last matchup for you guys tonight. It is going to be William & Mary Esports facing off against Niagara University. And, well, this one's an interesting matchup. First of all, not only because of course, what we're seeing in terms of standings, but also what we have on our screens. It is going to be none other than Liverpool versus Liverpool.
I like it.
The mirror match.
I love it.
Two of the better teams in FIFA. Why not? I mean, if you're going to pick really anyone, I mean, that might as well be it. And if I'm not mistaken, the teams are very antsy to start, and they're pretty much jumping into it. I think a pause was even called, so that's going to be fixed up very soon. I think it's also because someone's on trainer mode, so we are waiting up for kind of this game to restart. I'm waiting for that to happen so we can actually. I'm waiting for that to.
Trainer mode. Trainer mode.
Disgusting. Oh, and you know what? I'm gonna just change it over anyways because we actually are pretty deep into our game, and it's a pretty interesting one as we already get a pretty deep opportunity. Of course, the pause is finally called. We can get that trainer mode disgusting thing out of the way.
Right out the door. Out the door right now. We don't want anything to do with that. Get it gone. But obviously, Liverpool versus Liverpool. Niagara in the red. And William & Mary in the black away kit. So, should be a fairly decent game. Both of these teams obviously fighting for their lives down in the bottom half of the table. Every point matters for these two teams. So, we'll see who can pick it up. But, you know, I don't know who I got my money on. I feel like the underdogs are going to be William & Mary. William & Mary, right. All the players are very cool people. So I'm not putting my money on William & Mary, but Niagara, obviously a very capable team as well. Here we go. Zerdan Shaqiri coming forward, finds a pass to Sadio Mane. He looks for Shaqiri again, can't find him. Allison will come out, collect the pass, and he'll throw it to Robertson to play it out from the back. And this is what Manhattan should have done last game. Play it out from the back, be patient, wait for the runs to be made because, you know, you've obviously got to wait. You can't pass the ball with no one there. Mo Salah on the ball here now, gives it to Jorginho Wijnaldum, cuts back inside. Henderson's there to receive the pass. Bobby Firmino starting in this lineup. Mo Salah, he's got to shift it onto the left foot. Can't quite do that. And now William & Mary can come straight down the other end and look to attack themselves. Yeah,
Sadio Mane on that front end. Trent Alexander-Arnold with the stop. It's going to get a little bit convoluted, especially if we name names more than once. Wijnaldum, however, jeez, what a stinger of a pass. That goes way wide of his target. So that's going to be, again, a goal kick, more of a goal pass. Virgil van Dijk has to pretty much collect it and just scramble it out. But yes, absolutely, this matchup should be pretty fun. This is a big one, at least for William & Mary. This is a team that hasn't won a singular game yet this season, whether we're talking about forfeit losses or just facing up against some pretty good, talented teams. But like you mentioned, I mean, they have a great culture to them. They're very nice to the talent. They're very nice on social media and whatnot. And not only that, but these two teams are really some of the only teams that really want to go in that 2v2 fashion that was instated for the EGF League just before the season. There might be some rule changes coming up very soon. We'll bring you guys any updates as we bring them, and it will most likely be instated during the spring split. But here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. Robertson has to clear it on out. If I'm not mistaken, Sadio Mane is going to get on the ball, and now he has a player wide. Shaqiri can go up for it, has to go for the shot, but Allison goes out. But what is this? Some FIFA 20 mess in the box as it spills away, but is finally cleared out. Score is still 0-0, but what an opportunity there for William & Mary.
A goal-mouth scramble, I think, is the best way to describe that. Shaqiri took one too big a touch and took the ball away from him. Allison could come out. Virgil van Dijk with a clearance. William & Mary, they picked up their first win last week. They picked up their first win in the way of a forfeit. So St. Peter on 0, William & Mary on 1 point.
Oh, so okay.
Technically, well, Niagara on 2 wins. Niagara on 2 wins.
Yes. Niagara was a team that was 2-2 last week. Was pretty much on the verge of kind of solidifying themselves in like a top 3 fashion or something of the sort.
Exactly.
At least keeping up with the top end. But I mean, if they end up losing out this game, I mean, gosh, I mean, any hope that they had for playoffs might be diminished for now. There's still a whole lot more games, right, George? But I mean, it's still very much demoralizing. But in we go again. William and Mary on the front lines. It's going to be Sadio Mane passing it back to Mo Salah, but it goes right into the safe feet of Bobby Firmino. Good old Roberto Firmino.
If William and Mary get the win here, obviously that then takes them all the way up to 2 wins, which will put them tied on a fair number of the teams. Here we go, chance. Sadio Mane could have swayed it, but goes for the little chip over Alisson. That's going to be the finish they wanted. Niagara are going to take the lead at 1-0. Mane with the copy of the Bobby Firmino celebration, but there's not much you can really do about that if you're a goalkeeper, unfortunately. And they'll take the lead at 1-0. Sadio Mane getting the goal. Honestly, one of the best left wingers in the world. Obviously, as a Liverpool supporter would say.
As you would say.
Exactly. Very true indeed. But William and Mary do have to come back here now. Obviously, they're 1 goal down. No, what are you doing?
No!
You can't coach that. You can't coach that. That's just unfortunate. Obviously, didn't. Panicked under the pressure maybe. If you're going to panic, just smash the B button or the circle button, get it cleared. But they've gone for the pass out from the back, and Mo Salah's there to receive it, and it's a shambles. It's a shambolic state of affairs. But they will definitely take that goal. It's 2-0 to Niagara now in the 38th minute, and well. Yeah. What do you say about that?
Yeah, no, it's gone to the wayside. I mean, a game that was so close, what would be just 1 minute ago, has all of a sudden turned 2-0 towards the side of Niagara. And I mean, that is very much celebratory for them, as they are a very low-scoring squad. But again, they do tend to rely on just good defense, good mechanical pressure, period. And it's not exactly surprising to see them kind of up in this fashion. I don't really know what we're looking after or what exactly this pause is for, but we do be waiting for what would be the resume of this game. But before the half, we had so much hope for William and Mary, and oh George, it's all gone away, hasn't it?
Yeah, there was a lot of hope. Obviously, they got the first chance in the game. The first decent chance was Shaqiri running through. I feel like if they'd have scored that, it would have been a completely different game. But unfortunately, it didn't go that way. And William and Mary, it's going to be a very, very hard comeback now for them. Obviously, you're going to have to score 3 goals in 50 minutes of football. That's always going to be hard, isn't it? So we'll see if they can do it, though. We've seen stranger things happen, UEFA Champions League final, Liverpool versus AC Milan. Liverpool 3-0 down, come back to win it on penalties.
We've seen stranger things, indeed. Only you would bring up that.
Well, greatest Champions League in history. Very close second to the semi-final, Liverpool versus Barcelona a few years ago. Well, Liverpool were 3 goals down again, so
very close to Chelsea in 2013 too, or 2012. That was a good final. It was Drogba with a tap in at the very end. That was a there have been some very memorable finals, and I hope that, of course, here for EGF, we do have a couple of very competitive teams near the very top of the table. I mean, we already saw what is two playoff contenders facing off against each other, but getting back into our action, Joe Gomez, come on, going for the ankles, almost trying to break him to an extent, and that's just the referee being a little bit too lenient. Yellow card coming in, and we have none other than Trent Alexander-Arnold trying to go up for it, and it gets skied away. That might just well be the very last play of the half.
Came up, but it did not come back down. Didn't have the dip required to obviously come back down and go on target. But yeah, Joe Gomez, it was just a poorly mistimed tackle in the end. Deserved a yellow card, but going in at the halftime whistle, it will be 2-0 to Niagara, who will be looking to go up to 3 wins, 3 losses now. We'll see if they can do that, but it will be difficult it won't be difficult for them in this game, but it's gonna be difficult for them going forward. Obviously, they're gonna have to win a lot of games now. Well, they're pretty much gonna have to win all of their final games, I think, to contend at the top of the table. But we'll see. If William and Mary lose this game, I'm pretty sure that does mean they are down and out. I'm not too sure how the playoffs actually work. I don't know if you could enlighten me. But, either way, it will be very, very hard for them. So we're going to have to see a wild comeback from William and Mary if we want to see anything spectacular happen.
What was the question again, George?
The playoffs. I wasn't 100% sure on how the playoffs work.
I think it's going to be top... If I do remember how we used to do it for some of our leagues, it would be top 6, but I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up doing top 8, which would almost literally be everyone from this pool. But seeding is what would matter, George. Seeding is what would matter.
Seeding. Okay. I got you. But Niagara, obviously, unless a miracle, another Anfield miracle is here for William and Mary, I can't see a world. I mean, maybe Doctor Strange can. He could see a world where they win this game, but it is going to have to be one of those, 1 out of 4. What was it? 4,800,620 something.
Yeah. The
Thanos
odds.
Very hard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, one of those
there
things.
We go.
But
Mo Salah intercepted by Robson. Good tackle in the end. Mo Salah now potentially able to run forward. It's a good interception though from Mane. They do get to come forward here. Probably Firmino. Can he find the pass? It's Mane. Can he find the extra touch? The goalkeeper does so well, makes himself big in the final moment, and it's going to go out for a corner. There could potentially be another chance here for William and Mary, but wow, fantastic stuff from Alisson. Goes short to Mane. Can he find the ball into the middle? It's not a great cross. It is not a great cross. And it will get cleared away as far as Robertson, but that was definitely a golden opportunity for them to get back into this game.
Oh, very much so. Very much so. And I mean, William and Mary, by the way, folks, just to keep you guys up to date, of course, the colors, William and Mary in the black, you have Niagara in the red, but, yeah, wow, that chance was theirs. I mean, you would even argue that extra touch at the very end was what did them in, and especially Sadio Mane. He's very quick, especially with his finishing. I mean, I'm sure he could have launched out a very competent shot just off of that first touch, or at least off of that second touch that he ended up taking, but that extra one leading right into Alisson was the problem. But in comes Sadio Mane, gonna leave it right in to the very safe feet of Wijnaldum. That's gonna be a third goal for Niagara, and William and Mary again up against the ropes, and what is yet another breakdown for their defense.
There you have it, another goal, and Jorginho Wijnaldum gets this one. Beautiful stuff, great finish, really unselfish from Salah, leaving it to the Dutchman to tuck it away for the third goal. I've got to say that I think this is definitely down and out for William and Mary. It's going to be very, very difficult to score 3 or 4 goals in this short space of time. 3 very difficult, 4 nigh on impossible. But either way, they've put up a valiant effort. I think the thing is with most of these teams, it is very basic things. I feel like that are the problems. I say it nearly every week now, but certain things like decision making, learning when to recycle the ball, pass it around the midfield, when to go forward. It's those kind of things. But look at this. Well, we won't get to see it again, but it was a great pass into the middle from Mane, and a fantastic finish from Jorginho Wijnaldum. But 3-0. Is there going to be any more goals? Because they're already running rampant, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, this is what Liverpool are all about. Really, just a very strong attacking side, and I mean, even so, we're talking about what would be a very high-scoring side, almost easy peasy for them. But here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. We do have what would be an opportunity for William and Mary on the front end, but it's pinched up by Fabinho and Virgil van Dijk, but they're having an issue trying to get it out. So in comes William and Mary once again with yet another opportunity. Sadio Mane Straight to center, which now them again with the control. And again, they're just waiting. They have multiple players in the box, but that is so offside. That is so unbelievably offsides, and you're passing it to Virgil van Dijk in the box, trying to get that cross. It's an interesting option, but yeah, no, definitely offsides. Now in the control of Niagara.
I was going to say they've maybe gone for like 4-2-4 and put Virgil van Dijk at like left striker for some aerial threat, but yeah, not this time. And going back to what you said about Liverpool being an attacking side, obviously you've got Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, both very, very attacking fullbacks, and then you got Fabinho or whichever CDMs are in, Henderson or Fabinho, that can slip into the defence to cover for them. But here we go, Mo Salah on the ball on the edge of this left-hand side of the box, whips it into the middle, cleared away by Joe Gomez. It's a good clearance in the end, and now potentially a chance to counter-attack by William & Mary. As you can see, though, Niagara do have quite a few players back in defence, and William & Mary are going to have to run forward, but it's a great touch from Mane to get the better of Jordan Henderson. Can he find the way into the middle, though? And that awkward little touch there, I think it was a bit of a shove in the back, maybe, from Henderson, but it will go out for a goal kick, and this has just been the tale of this game so far for William & Mary. It's just always been one touch too many. I feel like it's definitely the takeaway. But here we go. Mane maybe looking to get past Robertson. Can't do it this time. But the first opportunity, obviously, they took a touch too big. And here we go. Mane looking to run his way into the box. Whips it into the back post. Alisson comes out, cleared away. And now another chance maybe to get a counter-attack going on. Mane out wide. It's good vision, though, to find the man. There is Mo Salah hanging on that left-hand side. Can they find him this time? Should have opted for maybe an over-the-top ball. It was a very far pass to make. And obviously Fabinho was covering it. But, yeah, the tale of this game for William & Mary has been one touch too many in most opportunities.
Yeah, and I think mainly for William & Mary going into the rest of this season, the one thing that they really want to do is just practice, just play the game more, just work on what would be just mechanical things, because I honestly think that strategically, tactically, they have everything on lock. But I mean, it's really going to come down to just the micro interactions, George. If you can really win out against your opponent, and we see again Niagara. I mean, that's as fundamental as possible. Just a run down the wing, you find the needle, thread right into Mo Salah. That's going to be a fourth goal for Niagara. And again, it's for William & Mary going forward. That's really the only criticism that I have. Really, just try to work on mechanics, work on the dynamic that you would have between you and your teammates. Again, it's just playing the game more.
Well, Lefty, the FIFA captain for William & Mary, I'm pretty sure they do play the game a lot.
Yes.
The thing about FIFA is you can play the game quite a lot, but unless you play the top opponents, like we're talking foot champs week in, week out, you will struggle to find your problems. I'm pretty sure, I'm certain they will do like analysis and stuff like that on games,
and
but
that's
it
the
is
thing.
Very difficult.
And that's the thing, right, George? I mean, these teams, these colleges, they could definitely scrim against each other. And wow, what a singer of a goal! Jeez Louise! Fabinho! Snagging it in, top right bins, a stinger of a shot, and after what was a very funky back heel pass, and wow, I mean, Niagara, if we doubted this team for a second, especially after coming off of last week's results, I mean, I have no doubts anymore. This team can still make quite a run for playoffs at the very end of the season, and wow. But William & Mary, I mean, going back to my points, you could still think, right, that they could scrim the other collegiate teams, because, I mean, honestly, if you have, consistent practice against would-be Niagara, Manhattan, St. John's, I'm sure that they could definitely catch up to that level of play, but that's really going to have to come down to whether these teams, whether these organizations really want to collaborate with one another and really want to kind of bring up the entire scene together. That's going to be something for William & Mary to pursue in the future. That's also something that I want to give them in terms of advice. Scrimming is a big thing in other esports, but also here in FIFA. 2 minutes of stoppage time in.
I will say in FIFA, scrimming isn't as prevalent as it is in other esports. Most of the pros just go off FUT champions because that is where you will play against all of the top competition. As we do hear the full-time whistle being blown, it is 5-0 to Niagara against William and Mary. Fantastic win, obviously, for Niagara. But like I was saying, FUT champs is the main way, and we don't have FUT champs on FIFA 20 anymore. So until we swap over to FIFA 21, which is to be announced, I'm not too sure when it's going to happen, but when we do swap over to that, I feel like that's when we'll start to see a lot of the big teams improve. Because I've had a few of the teams reach out to me and say, well, you say obviously we have stuff to improve on. Can you do some VOD review stuff? And it's difficult because on FIFA 20, everything's so different to FIFA 21, and I don't play FIFA 20 anymore. So it is very difficult to do, but fantastic win for Niagara as they're solidifying themselves as a middle of the pack team, and potentially, who knows, if they do win their remaining games, they could go on to win this one, I think, because they are looking really good. I'm not seeing too many problems. There are one or two, obviously, as there are in all middle of the pack teams, but fantastic win for them today.
Yeah, and again, commiserations to the William and Mary side. Again, Niagara, what a W for them. They're going to be moving on into the next week with an even 3-3 record, while William and Mary, they're still fighting for what would be their first in-game win. But that's going to be the end of our broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. The two matchups that we had, of course, for those that are just joining us here on our broadcast, St. Peter's University versus Xavier University. I'm sorry, I'm losing my words. Marquette University and Fairfield University. Those two games are going to have to be left for the rest of the week. Will be played off stream so they can kind of catch up with things. Again, there were some complications, just in real life that they have to deal with, and of course, FIFA can always wait. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of waiting for FIFA, you can come back here next Monday, same time, same place, 4:30 p.m. EST, right here on the official EGF Twitch channel and just a channel of social medias and whatever streaming places that we have streaming at the moment. I think we're on like Facebook or something like that, George. It's insane. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys did enjoy the action, you can follow EGF on Twitter at official EGF. You can follow myself on Twitter at @mine_. You can follow George. George, where can they find you?
At George Overton _
At George Overton _ It's always the underscores. It's like a whole party over here, ladies and gentlemen.
My name's taken. It's taken. It's taken. Somebody stole my in real life name.
How is George Overton taken?
Interesting fact. I'm pretty sure it's a Jamaican prince or like something president with my name that's taken it. It's something ridiculous. You can look it up.
You can't win that back. Google.
And honestly, I'm never going to win that. I can ask them as much as, well, please give me my name. But yeah, I probably won't win that one. But yeah, George Overton _ George GNC on Twitch, either or.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I mentioned, next Monday we will be back for more FIFA action. You can catch myself tomorrow commentating a little bit of Super Smash Brothers action. There's always esports action happening here in EGF, and we love you guys very much. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay safe. Have a good one.
Your type.